Hi everybody, it's me MCG here and welcome to my end of the year Q&A for 2022. Thank you so much to everybody who took the time and left me a question or multiple questions. I appreciate that so much. But for now, let's get on with the Q&A. How did you feel about the Amphibia 3-part finale? I thought the Amphibia 3-part finale was pretty good. This is going by my last rewatch, which is in June of 2022, which is a month after the final episode is aired. And yeah, I remember finding it pretty good and poignant. It was emotional for me. And if you're interested in seeing my initial reactions to the episode in question, I'll link them down below in the description and in the cards. It'll be somewhere. You'll see it pop up. All three of my reactions. And also, if you're interested, check out my playlist of Amphibia, give my whole thoughts on the entire show, including season 1. Overall, I thought the 3-part finale of Amphibia was pretty good, and I thought it was a good closure to the show. Are there any moments in Amphibia you would have wished that they had in the show? To be honest, I don't have any moments that I would have wished that would have happened in the show. There was a lot of moments in general that I didn't expect to happen in the show until I watched it, and I was like, oh, it's happening, they're doing this. So yeah, long story short, I don't think there's any moments, like standout moments I would have loved to see in the show. Maybe more moments with like characters such as Olivia Newnan, or maybe a little bit more of the Sasha Grimes storyline from like seasons 1 to 2. Maybe a bit more of like Marcy's side, but you know, I think it was supposed to be a mystery of where Marcy was until season 2. So I mean, I thought they did that storyline alright. Maybe more of like the Walkwood citizens. I don't know, honestly. Like, if I could think of any moments, like proper moments I would have loved to see in the show, they would be edited in post or they'll be shown now. But yeah, at the moment, no, there's not really any moments I would have loved to wish to happen in the show, because the show is really good in general. That there was nothing that I had expectations for or anything. I just wanted to see a show with, you know, going into this new type of world, and you know, we came out having emotional damage, so that's great. Thanks, Amphibia cast and crew. But yeah, that's it. I don't really have anything more to say about that. For Marcy's journal, what are you specifically hoping to see from it? For Marcy's journal, I would just love to see Marcy commentating on certain events that happened in Amphibia and about her two friends, Sasha and Anne, and everything, and just what she thinks of the whole situation going on. I think that's what I've been hearing, because I have seen bits and pieces from the actual book, but I haven't read the book. I'm still waiting for Amazon to stock up on the books so I can get a copy of the book, but I haven't had luck yet. So I haven't seen the majority of the book. I just seen like little bits and pieces, little snippets. Overall it looks pretty good for what I've seen. But yeah, I just want to see Marcy just commentate over stuff, and you know, since Marcy's my favourite character, or one of my favourite characters from Amphibia, it would just be great to have that, since we didn't see much of Marcy in like season 1, early season 2, you know. So I would love to see what Marcy thinks of certain events that happen in the show and all that. What are your predictions going into the final 2 episodes of The Owl House? Right now, I don't really have any predictions of what could happen in the last 2 episodes of The Owl House. Maybe when the second episode trailer comes out, if there is going to be a second episode trailer, because it's airing in January, for what I've heard. Maybe I'll form some predictions about what happens in certain scenes and that lot. For the final episode, I don't know. I don't really want to have any expectations or predictions of what's going to happen in that one, because I know it's probably going to be the final showdown and everything, but we don't know what's the end game between like certain characters and everything, and if they're ever going to meet up again due to like coming from different worlds and everything. And yeah, it's going to be a lot when The Owl House ends. It's going to be a lot. Yeah, I don't know what to expect, honestly. I don't really have any predictions. I just can't wait to see how this show ends, and also I can wait because I don't want this show to end, but it's gonna end anyway. Everything ends eventually, even if it takes really long to end. I don't know. I don't know. What moments from the Owl House or Amphibia made you the most emotional? There are a ton of moments in the Owl House and Amphibia that made me emotional that I'll be here all day talking about those moments. But for the most emotional, as you said in your question, there were quite a few. Let's see if I can list some. For Amphibia, any moment between the planters and Anne, especially in the finales, were pretty emotional, especially since the stakes were high. Any moment with Anne and Sprig in those finales as well. They just up the emotion in that one, and I'm just like, wow. And I get really emotional because their friendship means so much to me within watching the show. So their interactions just like hit a little more, especially since been following them since the show began, like officially began when the first episode aired. Their relationship and friendship just means so much to me within watching the show, as much as other things as well, but their friendship was really good within the show. The moment when Sprig was talking about his parents, and about how he misses them, even though he doesn't really know what they look like, or he doesn't fully remember them, but he does miss them. That got to me so much. Like, I didn't expect to feel that within that episode. But that moment hit so much that I was emotional. I was very emotional. So that moment I consider one of the most emotional scenes. The goodbye scene at the end of the final episode was really good, with the planters and Anne, Sasha and Grime, and Marcy and Olivia and Yunnan and Andreas. That was pretty good scene as well. And the final scene of the episode as well, with all the girls grown up. And to see how Amphibia affected their lives. It's just, and they brought it to their world, and like brought it to Earth, or brought it to like where they live, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like, wow. And it was just amazing seeing them grown up as well, to do some great things. There was other moments in Amphibia as well, like when Marcy got possessed and everything, that hit me hard. But yeah, that was just some of the moments that fit me in Amphibia. For the Owl House, this might be a bit, I would say cliche, since if you know, I'm a shipper. Any Lumity scene post Grom. Now, Grom was emotional, but any scene with them, I guess like the big scenes like Luce and Amity asking each other out was amazing, and that made me so happy. Their first kiss was really just hit me hard too. And yeah, any scene like post Grom just made me emotional. As somebody who supported them since the Grom episode, or technically understanding Willow, I started like supporting them as a ship, or you know, their relationship in terms of like where they're going. But yeah, when they asked each other out, that was just, that was so good. And their first kiss. For like non-shipper moments, any scene with King figuring out like who he is, and I guess who his dad was, that episode was pretty interesting, and it made me emotional as well. Oh yeah, the ending of the season 2 finale made me pretty emotional. You know, King saved Luce and the gang by shoving, using his powers to push them into the, Luce's dimension, or where Luce lives, just to save them. And I can't wait to see the aftermath of that in episode 2 of season 3. In terms of what King's up to, like the Collector and Ida and Rain. Also, speaking about Ida and Rain's relationship is really good. I love the backstory episode with them. But yeah, that's just a side note. But yeah, there's a lot of moments in both shows that made me so emotional. I could talk about it all day, but those moments were particularly made me emotional at the time, and thinking back on them in retrospective still make me emotional to this day. What was your favourite episode / song from the Ghost and Molly McGee? Also, are you excited for season 2? I think my favourite Ghost and Molly McGee episode so far has to be the season 1 finale, which I'm not going to spoil here. If you're interested, check out the show, The Ghost and Molly McGee, if you haven't seen it yet. I highly recommend it. It is a fun show full of wonderful characters, and I think it deserves more love in general. But yes, the season 1 finale is my favourite episode so far. My favourite song, there's a lot of songs in the Ghost and Molly McGee that I really like. I do like Molly's song about Libby's bar mitzvah, that was pretty fun. And any song with like Molly and Scratch and I think Molly singing about their friendship I like. But I really do like the theme song. I think I said this before, I think in my previous Q&A, but I really like the theme song. A lot, and I think that's my favourite song in general, and I know that's kind of simple, I apologise, but there are a bunch of more songs that I really like in the show that will be listed up here. Yeah, I really do like those songs. For season 2, I am really looking forward to season 2. I did see snippets of season 2, like there was like a preview clip that came out ages ago, and like a few images. It looks like Molly might be getting a new crush this season. I don't know the context of those screenshots, which I'm not going to be showing. If you know, you know. But that should be interesting because I think there's a new family moving in, and the McGees, of course, will be nice and, you know, introduce stuff to them and everything. And Molly might get a new crush on someone. I don't know. Like, I don't know the context for some of these images that I've seen. But yeah, if it seems to all be fake, I apologise, that's what I've seen. Other than that, yeah, I'm looking forward to season 2. I can't wait to see Molly and Scratch again, and the McGees, and Libby, and Andrea, and everybody else in the show. Yeah, it should be very interesting. I cannot wait to see season 2 when it comes out. Have you heard of Hamster and Gretel? I have heard of Hamster and Gretel. It is a show created by Dan Povenmire, who is one of the co-creators of Phineas and Ferb. I have seen bits and pieces of it, including like Chibiverse shorts, and I've seen the first episode, and just a few clips here and there. But I haven't seen all of the episodes, or I haven't seen much of the series. So I don't know much about like certain characters and all that. I only know like the 3 main characters of the show a little bit, but yeah, I haven't really seen a lot of it. That is because the show is not on Disney Plus, so I can't really watch it, and I have no way of watching it until it actually gets released on Disney Plus. Hopefully in the new year it will. But for my opinions right now, I think the show's okay in terms of its premise. I just need to see more of the shows to see, like, to get a feel of like the characters and the situations and the villains that appear in the show and all that. But yeah, for my opinions right now, I don't really have much to say other than I think the premise is okay. Like, the characters seem okay for now. But I haven't watched a lot of it to get a full opinion. But hopefully in the new year I will, and maybe I'll do a video about it. I don't know. We'll see. Since Disney Television Animation was founded 38 years ago today, which is on the date that this question was asked, it was on the 5th of December 2022, what is your favourite top 5 TV shows from the studio? My top 5 favourite shows from Disney Television Animation are Kim Possible, Gravity Falls, Phineas and Ferb, Star vs. the Force of Evil, and Wonder Over Yonder. Do you play Sonic or any fantasy games? For fantasy games, not really. I don't think I've played any in recent memory. I might have played some, but I cannot remember. I'm just not a fan of the fantasy RPG genre as a whole, so I don't really play some of those games. But Sonic, I have played Sonic games. I played some of the earlier games, and I was a big fan of the Wii games back in the day. A prime example is Sonic and the Secret Rings. I used to love that game, even though it's messy as heck when you go back to it. It's yeah, I don't know. But yeah, with like recent Sonic games, I haven't been playing simply because it's the cost of them, and I rather get other games than Sonic games at the moment. But I have been watching other Sonic media. But for Sonic games, yeah, I have played Sonic games, especially the earlier ones. What inspired you to do reaction videos? I was inspired by other reactors such as I Am Zamba and the Flaming Shark to do reaction videos on this channel. For my other channels, I've been doing it for longer, but for different pieces of media. But for cartoon reactions in general, and just talking about my thoughts and feelings about cartoons, it was mainly cartoon reactors such as them that I really wanted to start talking about and giving out my feelings about animated pieces of media as a whole. What shows, cartoons and movies are you looking forward to in 2023 and why? I feel like 2023 is going to be a really packed year for stuff I'm looking forward to in terms of all different types of media, like movies, cartoons, shows, like live action shows as well. Like, there's going to be a lot of things to look forward to, and I'm super duper excited to hopefully talk about them on this channel and Seasons of Fandoms, which is my other channel dedicated to talking about live action pieces of media. Yeah, I hope I can talk more about the stuff that I'm looking forward to next year. Yeah, there are quite a few things that I'm looking forward to. I guess we'll start with the animation side of it all. So for TV, I'm looking forward to seeing the last 2 episodes of The Owl House season 3. I am super looking forward to that as somebody who watched The Owl House since the beginning. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm also very sad that The Owl House is ending because of what happened with Disney and everything, and just how the series is going to choose to end. But I believe in Dana and the crew that they're going to do a good ending for this show, despite the circumstances. Hopefully this leads into maybe more Owl House in the future. Like more material for the Owl House in terms of like outside of like TV. But I don't know. I'm just looking forward to those last 2 episodes. Then we have season 2 of the Ghost and Molly McGee, which I'm looking forward to. As I said in the previous answer to the Ghost and Molly McGee question, I'm looking forward to season 2. Season 1 was great. And yeah, I can't wait to see more of the McGees and Scratch and everybody else. It should be a lot of fun. For new shows I'm looking forward to Marvel's Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. Ever since I saw like a preview and like the theme song as well, like I'm pumped for this show. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Like, I haven't read the comics. I know about the story of Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur in the comics, but I haven't read the comics. I just did a bit of research on it and even watch a video about like the history of Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, like the origins, and I'm like, oh, okay, it looks interesting. I know it's going to be a bit different from the comics, but yeah, it still has those same characters, and it looks like a lot of fun. I can't wait to see Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. It looks fun. There's also shows that might come out next year, like Haley's on it and Kif, which is both Disney shows. I'm intrigued about that ever since I saw like the Kif promo as well. There was a Kif promo that came out, and I'm like, okay, it looks fun. But Haley's on it, we already seen like a poster, and we don't know anything else about it. But I'm looking forward to those shows. It's going to be a lot of cartoons coming out, and maybe even from like Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon as well that I haven't mentioned. But I don't know if they're coming out this year or not. But yeah, if they're coming out this year, cool. Can't wait for that. For TV, for live action TV, we're going to go to next. There is a lot of shows that are returning that I'm looking forward to. There's like Loki, You, Never Have I Ever. The iCarly Revival series is pretty fun. I'm enjoying that. Season 3 is going to be... it's going to be juicy. I don't really want to mention this, but I don't know. I'm intrigued about Riverdale. I haven't talked about Riverdale in these Q&As for years. I think the last time I talked about it was like 2017, 2018. Can't remember. But yeah, Riverdale, this is the final season, so of course I'm going to be watching it. I've been watching it since season 1. It should be interesting. I've for Doctor Who as well. Like, I haven't talked about Doctor Who in ages. But the 2023 special is looking pretty interesting as well, especially with David Tennant back and everything. And I can't wait to see the 15th Doctor in action as well. It's going to be pretty good. I'm also looking forward to Bridgerton as well. I watch Bridgerton. So there's a lot of TV shows that I'm just looking forward to. But I'm also looking forward to The Last of Us, the adaptation from the video game, or the TV adaptation from the video game. It looks pretty cool. Yeah, that's all the TV shows I can think of over the top of my head that I'm looking forward to, like, returning and new. There might be more. I'm just going by what's in my head. For movies, we got actually a bunch that I'm looking forward to. We got the Super Mario Brothers movie. So I'm looking forward to that movie. Mainly because the second trailer that came out actually intrigued me more about it. And I've gotten used to Chris Pratt's voice. Yeah. And, everybody else is doing good in the voice cast. You know, we got to hear Princess Peach for the first time. And I don't think we heard Donkey Kong. Only, like, the grunts and stuff. I don't think we heard, like, his voice. I know he's voiced by Seth Rogen, but, like, we haven't really heard his voice yet, have we? No. At the time of this recording, we haven't. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Like, I'm definitely going to be seeing it opening weekend. This movie is going to be insane. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is a movie I'm looking forward to that I'm definitely going to be seeing opening weekend. I love Into the Spider-Verse. That is one of my favourite Spider-Man movies of all time. And I can't wait to see what goes on in Across the Spider-Verse because it's looking absolutely crazy. And I'm definitely going to be seeing that opening weekend in IMAX in, like, the best quality possible because I just... the first movie was so good. The second movie is looking to be pretty damn good as well. So I can't wait for that. There's also the Miraculous Ladybug movie. I don't know if it's coming out next year. I think it is coming out next year. In English speaking countries. I'm not sure, but oh gosh, if I want to talk about the latest season of Miraculous Ladybug, it's been insane following it on Tumblr. Yes, I still use Tumblr. Apparently, from what I'm hearing, Gloop is airing Gloop, the TV company that airs Miraculous over in France, I think. They've been airing it out of order. So, people have been watching the episodes out of order, which is, I don't know, it's been a ride to watch that in real time. And I've seen some of the episodes and I'm like, the show is crazy. It's crazy. I'm not really a big fan of Miraculous Ladybug anymore, but just seeing, like, the latest season and people reacting to it is so... It's been an experience. But the Miraculous Ladybug movie I'm looking forward to because it's retelling the origin story, but I think it's a bit different than the show. So I'm interested to see, like, the remake of their origin story through the movie for, like, bigger audiences, like, for the outside audiences. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see. There's also The Little Mermaid, which I'm sort of interested in seeing. I don't know. Disney live action films, to me, I think... I just don't think it's a good business practice for Disney to do. But it makes a lot of money, which is sort of the issue. Like, all these animated films that take so much time and effort to only be made for, you know, and I don't have a problem with them, I guess, doing something different with it. I know a couple of the Disney live action films do something different with it, but I just don't think it's necessary. I really don't think it's necessary to remake something that was already good to begin with, to remake it to make more money for, like, later generations. I don't know. I don't like their business practice at all. But The Little Mermaid, I don't know. I'm gonna think about seeing it. It's more for the intrigue, really, that I'm sort of like, you know, I don't know. I just put that one on the list because I don't know. Then we got Barbie. Oh my gosh. Have you seen the teaser trailer for Barbie? Oh my gosh. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be an entertaining watch, Barbie. Like, no matter how it turns out, it's gonna be very interesting to watch in general for Barbie. And the last one I'm thinking of is Elemental. Which is the latest Disney Pixar film. Yeah, I think it's Pixar. With the flame and the water droplet. And if you see the teaser, you see that's the two main characters. I'm looking forward to that too. Yeah, just because I like animated films, and, you know, Disney has some good ones, so... Yeah, we don't know much about the story, really. We already got, like, a little synopsis about maybe what's happening in the film. But yeah, that's it. Sorry if I rambled on. I'm just looking forward to these pieces of media. It's gonna be pretty interesting. Next year's gonna be so interesting in terms of like media in general, like all these different types of things coming out. It's gonna be an insane year. Um, yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting indeed. And now we're on to the last question, which is, what is your possible projects for both your MCG channel and your Seasons of Fandoms channel? I do have a couple of project slash video ideas that I really want to do for both MCG and Seasons of Fandoms, but I'm not going to explain that much here about what they are, simply because they're in the early stages of development, slash have ideas and I don't know how to go about them. However, I will be saying that I will be releasing the first episode of my new rewatch series, and it'll the first episode of that will be a rewatch of the first episode of the series that I reacted to so long ago that kind of kick-started my channel a little bit. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I've recorded all the rest of the season as well, because I realized that I haven't really talked about that particular season on the channel, so I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do a rewatch, especially since the show is 8 years old in January. Wow. Yeah, that'll be released in January. For MCG, I will be hopefully releasing more reviews, reactions, and that a lot. And I kind of want to look into more obscure shows, shows that not many people talk about, slash shows from my childhood that I remember sort of vaguely, but nobody else remembers. So I would love to talk about those. For Season of Fandoms, I might bring back Riverdale Ramblings again for the final season of Riverdale, simply because of the final season of Riverdale. And I don't know, I've done Riverdale Ramblings for on and off for 2 years, a year, I don't know, 1 to 2 years. So I would love to like consistently do reactions slash reviews for Riverdale again if I get the chance. I don't know. Also for Season of Fandoms, I want to do more reactions and reviews like I'm doing for MCG. I do have an idea of a series that I want to cross over both channels with, but I'm not gonna say what that is. Hopefully that will come out soon. I don't know, it'll be an ongoing thing. But other than that, I just want to see what 2023 like holds in terms of stuff, because I feel like 2023 is going to be insane, especially with the amount of media stuff coming out in that year. And I don't know what the year holds, but hopefully it'll be a good one. And with that being said, that is it for this end of year Q&A for 2022. I would like to say thank you again to everybody who left me questions for me to answer in this Q&A. Thank you so very much. And also, even though I didn't post that much content in 2022, I would like to say thank you to anybody who has watched my content, liked my content in 2022, commented, everything. I really appreciate it. Hopefully next year will bring a lot more stuff and ramblings and feelings and messy thoughts and everything to this channel. 2023 looks like to be an insane year for content in general. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. If you're seeing this into the future, tell me how 2023 was if you bothered to comment. I don't know. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and see you in 2023 and beyond. See you then. Bye, guys. Bye!